Hello everybody, and what is going on? So today I thought it'd be a good idea to do an Ask Mate video because we haven't done one in a while and we've got some pretty good questions to answer. But before I do that, I would just like to say a massive thank you. We have made it to 2,000 subscribers. It was only a month ago that we made it to 1,000, so it's amazing how fast we've made it to 2,000 subscribers. I also just want to say a massive shout out to everyone who leaves me messages saying that they're feeling the page, that they like the videos. You man are legends. And just all the positive comments on the videos as well. It's massively appreciated. You guys are sick, mate. Ugh. Moving on from that low-key bad joke, let's go straight into the questions. And the first question that got asked is, when did you get into fashion and who inspired you? Now, I've sort of touched on this question in a previous Ask Mate video, but I didn't really think that I explained it that well. But the full story is that I've always sort of been into fashion, like, you know, it's sort of like a step by step. When I was about 13 to 14, all I ever wore was tracksuits, tracksuit mafia, that sort of thing. And the more that I went out in my local town, I saw that that fad was dying pretty fast. And the more I went to London, it was just like gone completely. So it got me really interested in the whole fashion concept in general. It was just like, all I'm wearing is tracksuits. Is there more to life than tracksuits? And there is, massively. So after the little tracksuit mafia phase, I sort of experimented with a lot of different styles, and then I just went through a massive period of trial and error. When I was first fashion conscious, I would go into Top Man, River Island, H&M, Primark, all the high street shops, and just try and find my style. And that was me for a few years, definitely. But it wasn't until I actually did my research and had a look into the streetwear fashion scene that there was just more out there to offer. So I stepped into the fashion scene with little baby steps, found out about brands like Supreme, Palace, Bape, you know, and all those sort of brands, and that's when it sort of stuck. So that is a brief timeline of when I got into fashion. But what actually inspired me and what sort of shaped my style today was a number of things. Because I was already into fashion, I was very fascinated by it. I took a fashion PR internship in London, and I just found it fascinating that you can use clothes as a way to express yourself. So the fashion PR company really opened my eyes, but what really set everything into motion was when I went to my very first Crep City. When I first went to Crep City, I had sort of an idea what fashion was, but then when I saw all the sneakers, all the clothes, this, that, just stuff everywhere, I was just like, yes, this is the scene that I want to be a part of. There's so much going on, the community seems awesome, and I just want to be a part of it. And here we are. And I hope that answers your question. And the next question is, opinions on weed and other drugs. Personally, I don't do any drugs, but not for any specific moral reason. It's just because I know my body can't handle it. I've got a couple of bad trip stories, but I'm just gonna leave it there. Next question, any more tats? Now, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you will know that I've got a sleeve on this arm and I've got a little tattoo on my calf, but as of yet I don't actually intend in getting any more tattoos, but I do know what my next tattoo is going to be if you're interested. On the little chest area here, I want to get a chest tattoo. That's where chest tattoos go. But to keep in theme with the sleeve, by the way, my theme on my sleeve is all like nature, animals and spiritual stuff. I want to carry on with that theme with the rest of my tattoos, so I thought it would be a good idea that my next tattoo is going to be two stags locking horns in the middle here. I thought that would look really cool. I don't know how it's going to look, you know, I've sort of got an idea in my head. I would draw it out for you, but I'm terrible at drawing, so we're just going to leave it at that. So short answer, two stags locking horns on my chest. And the next question is, grailed shoes, question mark. Now, I've already answered this question sort of in like another one of my Ask Mate videos, I don't know which one, but I'm answering it again because my grailed shoes always change. At this very moment in time, I am a big massive fan of the snakeskin Air Max 98s that Supreme did the collaboration with Nike. I thought that was a really cool shoe, and it definitely moved up my grailed shoes list all the way to the top. And the next question is, awesome video man, love the Diodora trainers, thoughts on the Fear of God style, also where do you work? Firstly, I just want to say thank you. I love those Diodora N9000s made in Italy as well. My thoughts on the Fear of God style, I think it's a really nice look. Not everyone can pull it off, but if you can, it's a really solid, unique look. Also, I work as a marketing coordinator because in university I studied marketing with advertising. That's a little fun fact. And the next question is, how did you start making money to afford clothes? Now, that I would say that it's really simple, you just work, but to start with, it wasn't actually that simple because I wasn't always working. Before I had a job as a marketing coordinator, I had no money, I was unemployed. Supreme drops were coming out every single Thursday and I was just like, no, I can't stand this anymore. I need to make some money. So I thought, what do I like doing? getting clothes. Why don't you get clothes, sell those clothes, and turn them into the clothes that you want to buy? Sort of thing. So what I did is I went to charity shops, I went to thrift stores, car boot sales, flea markets, the lot, and then what I did is I put them on a Depop page, put them on a nice little blank wall, and then I was making money. And that's what initially started me off into buying clothes, and then I got a job, and then, you know, it all came together really, really nicely. And I hope that answers your question. The next question is, do you like Drake? Yes. Your best still? Now this is actually a really hard question to answer because I've had a couple of really good stills recently. Like I went to Crep City and I got 2 pairs of shoes for £20. I got the Air Max 1s and the Bell Jacksons. But I would have to say that my best ever still was the Ralph Lauren P-Wing rugby shirt that I got from a thrift store. At the time, I didn't even know that it was a good still. I just saw that it was a Ralph Lauren polo, but it didn't have any Ralph Lauren branded. It had the P-Wing, but at the time, I didn't really know that that meant anything. Got it, it was sitting in my wardrobe for ages. I was gonna sell it on Depop for a tenner. That would have been devastating. And I saw on an Instagram page somewhere that someone was selling one for like $200 to $300. And I was thinking, I've got one of those. And I priced it up, legit checked it on Ralph Lauren Talk, and it turns out to be a grail, a really rare grail. So completely unintentional, but that was my best still, the P-Wing. And the next question is, favorite Supreme collab? Now this is a really hard question for me because I think Supreme do a really, really good job with their collabs. But if I had to pick one or two, I would say that their collabs with Anti-Hero are really nice. And of course, their collabs with Nike, especially with the new Air Max 98s that they brought out. They're awesome. One of my favorite collabs, Anti-Hero and Nike. And the next question is, why don't you buy a pair of black Prestos? Make them popular. So like, I'll tell you what, I do like the Prestos. I think they're a really cool shoe. I do have my eyes on some Nike Prestos, but I think if I buy some black Prestos, I'll only be wearing them at the gym. They look like a really comfortable runner, and all I think about when I look at Prestos is I will beat those to the ground in the gym. But yeah, they are actually really nice shoes. I've seen some excellent colorways, and I do intend on getting a pair and beating them up at the gym. And the next question is, what websites would you recommend for good summer clothes? Now what I like to do when I'm shopping for a new season is to start off basic, like get your essentials. So in summer you want to get your shorts and your t-shirts, just basic stuff, and then you can build up later. Now for that sort of stuff I go to like Topman, H&M, and just any high street stores. Pick some colours that you like. For me it's earth tones at the moment, so then you just have a fundamental base of clothing. So for that I recommend high street stores and mainstream stores, but online, so Topman.com, RiverIsland.com, H&M.com, ASOS.com has a pretty cool selection. And then after, when I've got my fundamental basic clothes, I would go a little bit more specific, maybe get some Supreme garms, some Palace garms, you know, just some nice t-shirts that you can wear with some basic shorts, and just go from there. Go for whatever suits your style. And the last question of the day is, what music do you listen to? Now for me, I have little music phases. Like 1 minute I'm really into grime, the next minute I'm really into hip hop, next minute I'm really into pop music, and sometimes I'm into all three at the same time, but that's mainly because I'm listening to Radio 1. But in this moment in time, I would have to say that I'm leaning more towards the hip hop and grime, especially with Skepta's new album out. Konnichiwa is album of the year for me, I swear down. I also picked up Beyonce's Lemonade, that is a classic. But I do like to mix it up a little bit. I am listening to Low Raw because I saw a couple of trailers at E3 and I saw the trailer for Death Stranding and they played Low Raw, I'll Be Coming. That is a pretty cool song. So I've just been listening to bits and bobs by Low Raw, been dabbling in a little bit of vaporwave. So the short answer is a little bit of everything. I like to keep an open mind when it comes to music. Also, it depends what kind of mood you're in. That's the best thing about music. I use it more of a tool to express how I'm feeling at that moment in time, and I think at the moment what relates to me the most is actually grime and hip hop music. So grime music, we'll just say grime music. And that is all the questions that I have today. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who asked to ask for the Ask Mate video. And again, I just want to say a massive thank you for the 2,000 subscribers. You man are actual legends. And I'm just gonna finish off the video with a question for you. My hair, I have a lot of it, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't know whether to keep it long or to style it differently long or to just cut it short. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think I should cut it short or you think I should have a different style or whatever, because I really don't know what to do. It's just a mess all the time. I mean, when it's good, but at the moment, it's just everywhere. It's like a bird's nest. If you want to ask a question for the next Ask Mate video, then use the hashtag AskMate in the comment section down below, followed by your question. If you like this video, then you can give it a nice little like. If you want to subscribe and see more of what I do, because I do a lot of fashion-based stuff, lifestyle-based stuff, style-based stuff, and life stuff, I suppose, then you can by using a subscribe button that can be located anywhere on this page. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Snapchat at askm8, like to keep it universal, and that is everything. Bye! I'm absolutely terrible on that skateboard, I am not going to lie, but it does live in my car, so every single opportunity that I can get out the skateboard, practice a little bit, put it back down. It's kind of like that at the moment. I don't have a lot of free time due to work and other stuff that I got going on, but any bit of free time that I get, I'd spend practicing on that skateboard. A lot of cuts and bruises.